Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Succumb's Garage. I started to notice something with the IS300 when I was doing the VVTi cam gear seal. I noticed that there was a weird like wind sound coming out of the exhaust manifold. I looked at it, checked it out, and I believe there's some kind of leak on coming from the exhaust manifold. Yes, if it looks like this. So today I'm gonna go ahead and replace the exhaust manifold gasket to see if that fixed the problem. So I went ahead and bought the gasket. These are OEM gasket. They came straight from Lexus. I didn't want to buy anything aftermarket or anything from Advanced Auto, anything like that. I want to try to keep it original as I can on these type of things right here. I mean, they are about $12 a piece. You're gonna need two. And if you do want to buy the exact same one, I'll put a link in the description right here because I did buy these online. But yeah, let's get right into it. That's where it's coming from. Right there. Alright, so if you come right here and you look at the exhaust manifold, some people call it headers, exhaust headers, whatever you want to call it. You notice there's like a wet spot right there, and everything else around it is dry. That's where I'm having that leak at. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Yeah. And at some point in time when you're driving, and then you decide to stop, pop the hood up. That wet spot right there, it will start bubbling. You will see some bubble come out of there. I believe there's some more spots around here, not just that one. I think also right here too, because you can't see it, but it's kind of wet right down here too. So yeah. That is my exhaust leak. That's where it is at, and that's where I'm gonna replace. Go ahead and start by removing the cover, which have 4 10mm bolts, but in my case I only have 3. I lost one of them somewhere. Not sure where it went to, but that kind of doesn't matter. Go ahead and put this aside. Make sure you keep all the bolts in the same spot, because apparently I didn't. So now what you want to do is go ahead and take this mid section of this intake pipe out. 10mm clamps. Just go ahead and loosen those out. Go ahead and get yourself a pair of needle nose pliers, some sort, or pliers. Just go ahead and pull this ring out and remove that vacuum line. And toss that out of there. So what you want to do here is you probably have to, is go ahead and loosen all these lines out. You can unplug that, loosen that. You can probably pull that apart, pull this out. You just want to lift this line out the way, because you don't want to, get caught in it when you're doing, or trying to take a bolt out, or then it gets stuck and it breaks, and you don't want to have to replace that because that's not easy to get. I mean, you don't necessarily have to unplug it, but I do it just in case, so I get myself some more room to work with. And for this one, you could probably just use a 10mm. Unhook it from there. Right here is the OBD2 sensor. You can unplug that. probably go ahead and just pull this one out too. And just move all of this out the way. Alright, now we have access to the exhaust manifold. Now you can see right here where it's wet. That's where it's leaking from. And right here also, that's where it's leaking from too. Kind of in the middle. Well, not in the middle. Well, yeah, it's kind of in the middle of each set of exhaust manifold. So what I'm gonna do here is go ahead and crack all those nuts loose. They are a 14 millimeter, by the way. Oh, goodness gracious, that one's tough. I need an extension for that one.
In the corner. In the corner.
Alright, let's try this. Extension with a short socket. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that seems to be better. Oh! So I can't actually get the exhaust header or exhaust manifold off. So I got me one of these Torx socket. Can you see it? Torx socket. Torx socket. It is a E8, I believe. I've already broken it loose from the corner. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. And that's what that looked like. It's got the torque bit on top. Goes in like that. So all you gotta do now is just go ahead and pull this, smooth this out the way, sensors in the way. And there we go. You just have it hanging like that. Here's how I have it. There's that corner right down here where I pull that stud out, and that's all you really need to pull out. It's just the one. If you don't want to go ahead and disconnect it from the mid shaft down there, then that's okay. You can do it this way. This way is pretty simple also. Remove these. These are metal, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and replace them with the metal one also. But yeah, I haven't replaced this thing in like over 15 years. This is probably the first time I'm replacing this gasket. It's been a while since I've owned the car. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just go ahead and get all that cleaned up too. Like I said earlier, I went ahead and got these metal ones. They are the original OEM one. I didn't want to go with all the aftermarket one, anything like that, because I was kind of skeptical on the aftermarket one. So I just want to try to keep this as stock as possible. And just the part number if you need it. Like I said, I got these online from Lexus. They're about $11 to $12 each. Let's go ahead and get these on. Oh, and I dropped it. I'm not sure what's holding this up, but that's weird. That is strange. I couldn't get these gasket to get in, so I had to remove that first bolt right here. Also the stud. Seems to go in a lot easier that way. So we'll do it like that, and we'll put them on last when we get these on. Okay. By the way, I did clean whatever that's on the exhaust manifold. I took a Scotch-Brite to it and just scuffed that off a little bit. Let me go ahead and start a bolt on it. I'm just gonna put a bolt on each end right here just to hold it in place. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put that stud back in each corner. Man, if I can see that. And I dropped it on the floor. I think I got it. I probably do. Hey guys, so I have a little bit of a problem with that last stud going in right here. For some reason it goes in, but it doesn't like thread all the way in. So what I end up doing is putting a tap right here and retapping it. It is a M10 by 1.25 pitch because that's what the bolt is. And as you're doing this, you wanna hold your tap in a good position. You don't want it going in crookedly. Let's get it as far down as I can. Okay. Might want to take your time doing this one, because you don't want it to mess up. And what you can do every now and then is back out of it, and then back into it, back out of it, back into it. You could probably like back it all the way out so that you can clean all that chip coming out of it. Just want to show you, that's where it bottoms out at. I've made a mark. I don't know if you see that white mark. That's right there. That's as far as it goes. And I'm gonna go ahead and get that out. I'm gonna go ahead and test that bolt stud. See if it goes through. Well, not go through, but if it goes in properly. If it doesn't, then I'm probably gonna tear this engine out, get it to a shop, and we'll take it to my shop and just rethread, and probably just reseal everything in the engine again. Okay, so what you want to do here is go ahead and use Loctite. You're supposed to use red. I don't have red with me available. Just happen to have the blue one. Just gonna use it for now. See how it holds out. But yeah, if you're gonna do this, make sure it's red and not the blue. And with this, yeah, sorry, I don't know the Torx spec on this thing, but that's why I put the Loctite on there. I'm also going to put a bolt on here just to hold it. But before I do, I'm going to put the gasket on the other side. Go ahead and lift this back up. So that nut is there to secure it, so I can put the other stud on the end. Whew. All right. You can see it. That stud is in right there. It's just like all the other ones right here. They're all in. Okay, it's time to put the nut back on. Remember, there are 8 of these nuts. I should invest in the work light, but I don't know. I feel like I can cope with what I have here. So those 8 nuts get torqued to 32 foot-pounds. Alright, it's a tad bit longer. Let's try it out. And this right here that we took out, that was a 10mm. We'll go ahead and put that back on. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect that midsection of the intake. This goes in here. Let's actually put this one in first. Pop this one in here. Why am I having a difficult time for this? Here we go. Alright. Don't forget about that vacuum line. Plug that back up. Go ahead and just verify that everything is on. Plugs are on. All the wires plugged up. Nothing here has been loose. Alright, let's put that engine cover on and we're good to go. Sorry, I only have 3. Lost the other one not too long ago. Gonna start the car, check for leak. If not, then we're good. I'll wait maybe 15-20 minutes, let's see what happens. So it's been about 20 minutes. I saw a little bit of smoke coming out, only because I dropped a piece of paper somewhere down in the manifold where the O2 sensor sits on the bottom of the bank tube, and it burned that off completely. But I was checking around here. I don't see anything that could cause any kind of leak. It looks like it's clean. Before it would be like bubbling up here, but it stopped bubbling, so I think we're good to go. That's all I got for you guys today. If you like the video and you enjoy what you see and you find it useful, go ahead and smash that like button for me. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and consider subscribing because it's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.